Greetings, I'm Michael with We're All About Pets, and in this video I'll be sharing 10 important do's and don'ts for rabbits. Now my wife and I have had a few rabbits over the years, and they can be great pets. They're generally very clean, very social, and they don't require a lot of space. However, rabbits are considered exotic animals, and sometimes it can be challenging to fully understand their needs. So if you're thinking about adopting one, or if you already have rabbits and are looking for some insights, there are several do's and don'ts that cannot be ignored. So recently, We're All About Pets published an article giving 10 important do's and don'ts for rabbits. And if you want to read that article, click the link in the description of this video to check it out. Now every rabbit has its own unique personality, so you may have to do some experimenting to figure out what works best for them and what works best for you. Either way, if you pay attention to your rabbit's needs, it'll keep them happy and healthy and keep you happy in the long run. So without further ado, the first rabbit do is to make sure that they have a proper, healthy diet and clean water. Hay should be about 80% of a rabbit's diet, so make sure that you always have a steady supply on hand. You can also give your rabbits a helping of fresh leafy greens once or twice a day, along with carefully measured helpings of commercial pellets for added nutrients. Also, make sure that your rabbits have a steady supply of fresh, clean water. And whether your rabbits drink from bowls or bottles, make sure that they are cleaned and sterilized often. The next rabbit do is to make sure that they have their own hutch or habitat. Even if your rabbits are free roaming, they still like to have a place to call their own. Hutches and habitats give rabbits a sense of safety and security, and rabbits just like to have a little privacy once in a while. Multi-level hutches are preferred because they encourage more physical movement, but single-level habitats can work well too. Regardless of what you choose, just make sure that the floor is flat, because wire-bottom floors can be uncomfortable and even harmful for a rabbit's paws. The next rabbit do is to make sure that they have lots of toys to play with. Toys encourage natural behaviors such as digging, chewing, and chin rubbing, along with promoting physical movement and mental stimulation. Also, toys can prevent rabbits from chewing and shredding your furniture and other valuables around your home. Toys can also give rabbits a sense of accomplishment, and like all animals, rabbits just like to have a little fun once in a while. The next rabbit do is to make sure that they have a litter box. Even though rabbits are generally very clean animals, they still need a litter box when nature calls. So providing them with a litter box is extremely important. Now there are a lot of different types of litter and bedding out there, so you may need to do some experimenting to find out what works best for your rabbits. And be sure to clean out that litter box on a regular basis to keep your rabbits clean and to prevent odors. The last rabbit do is to make sure that your rabbits are very well groomed. If rabbits have excess hair, they can inhale or digest it, which can lead to respiratory and digestive issues. Excess hair can also lead to mats, which can be very uncomfortable for bunnies and very difficult for you to get rid of once they form. Plus, if a rabbit's claws get too long, that can also be an uncomfortable situation for them. So it's important to brush your rabbits on a regular basis and to make sure that their claws are well groomed. Now, the first rabbit don't is feeding them too many pellets. It's okay to give your rabbits some pellets once in a while as long as they're carefully measured and given to them in the correct proportions. If you give your bunnies too many pellets, it's going to fill up their stomachs too quickly and they might start to ignore the healthier hay. Again, hay should be about 80% of a rabbit's diet, so be mindful when it comes to feeding them pellets. The next rabbit don't is not respecting their personal boundaries. Rabbits are pretty social animals, but they also like their personal space. Even though they look super cute and cuddly, most rabbits don't really like being picked up or held. So be prepared for some wiggling, kicking, and even biting if you try to force yourself upon them and aren't respectful of their personal boundaries. But if you respect a rabbit's personal space, it'll be a lot easier for you to develop a healthy relationship with them. The next rabbit don't is not keeping your home safe. Rabbits have a tendency to chew on things to keep their teeth groomed, and this can sometimes include things that are not food. Bunnies like to chew on wood and paper, but they also like to chew on cords and cables, which can potentially lead to digestive problems and even give them an electric shock. So be sure to keep cords, cables, and other valuables out of your rabbit's reach. The next rabbit don't is not getting your bunnies spayed or neutered. Rabbits are very efficient breeders, so if you have unfixed males and females together, you're going to have a lot of babies to deal with before you know it. Also, even if you only have one rabbit, if you get it fixed, it can help to reduce behavioral and even medical issues in the long run. So regardless of how many rabbits you have, getting them spayed or neutered will be beneficial for them and beneficial for you. The final rabbit don't is keeping a single rabbit solitary. Even though rabbits might seem okay on their own, they are social animals and tend to enjoy some attention now and then. Many rabbit owners have a limited amount of time to spend with their bunnies, and solitary rabbits can sometimes have a tendency to display destructive behavior if they're bored or lonely. Rabbits enjoy companionship, so if you're thinking about adopting one, or if you already own a rabbit, you should definitely consider adopting another one. Well, that's my video for 10 important do's and don'ts for rabbits. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Click the link in the description of this video to read the full written article about 10 important do's and don'ts for rabbits, and check out other pet-related content on we'reallaboutpets.com. And thanks for watching.